Hey, your makeup might look really good in the morning. By the end of the day, though, not so good. We're talking to Karol this morning, and she's giving us some tips to keep our makeup looking fresh all day long.
Hi.
And also to transition from fall makeup to winter makeup.
Right, definitely. Well, the very first thing that you need to make sure that you do is to make sure that you start with a clean skin. That's going to make all makeup look even better. Clarisonic has a great electronic cleansing product that's 6 times better than cleansing with your hands, so it makes your complexion look really vibrant so that when you put the makeup on, it looks great. Then the next thing you want to do is to make sure that you're using something to highlight under the eye area. And this particular item is Olay Total Effects. It's a 7-in-1 highlighter concealer that goes right under the eye here. It has a little brush, and it works on puffiness, dark circles.
Okay, so now you're showing how to use it. So let's take a look at the model here.
Yes. So you click it on the bottom, it's got the little brush here, and you just apply it just right under the eye area. And then you can tap it in with your fingers, and this will help to keep the under eye area brightened, but it'll also keep it hydrated, and it'll help with wrinkles and puffiness and dark circles, because that can also make you look tired throughout the day.
Okay, perfect. So you put that on before the concealer, before the makeup?
You can do it before or after your makeup. I like doing it after the makeup because when you put makeup all over the face, you can kind of see where you need to spot cover, and that's where you do the Olay Total Effects.
Okay.
Okay, so then the next thing you want to make sure is that you prep your eye before you put any eyeshadows on. Bobbi Brown makes great cream eyeliners that are long wearing, cream eyeshadows that are long wearing that you can wear by themselves, or you can use it as a base underneath powder eyeshadows.
Why is a base so important?
Because it helps the makeup to wear longer. If you put it on in the morning, it looks fabulous, you look great, and then by midday it starts fading away, you're starting to see creasing. That's where the long wearing products become more important. Lancome also makes a great eyeshadow base. That's a cream that goes from the lash line to the brow bone everywhere so that you can keep your eyeshadows on very nicely.
Okay, and you can wear them by themselves.
You can actually wear them by themselves because they're pretty much a skin tone. There's a nude and then there's a deep nude, which is the one that I wear, and that brightens up the eye area, opens everything up really nicely.
Okay.
The other thing you want to make sure when you're looking at eye makeup, you want to use a color that does not match your eyeshadow, your eye color, but contrast with it, because that's going to help the eyes to stand out even more. So you want to definitely choose your colors wisely. If you've got brown eyes, you've got the best of everything, because you can use any color and it'll make that color pop. But if you've got like blue eyes, you don't want to do blue eyeshadow. You want to do more neutral tones and something like this. These are by Kat Von D. These are great little eyeshadow palettes you can get at Sephora. And so it's also very important where you place the shadow. So if you look at Lynn here, you want to put, if you're using any type of a shimmer or a frost, you want that to always be on the eyelid in here, because that's the area of the eye that you want to pop. And then when you're putting your crease color, open for me, Lynn, you actually want to do it with your eyes open as opposed to with your eyes closed, so that you can see exactly where you need to contour in the eye area. If your eye is closed, you go down too far, you might go up too far. If they're open, you can see exactly where you need to contour that area. And for Lynn's eye, it's just right in here. You never want to do a bright color below the brow bone, because you don't want to take attention away from your beautiful eyes.
I thought that you want to do a highlighter below your brows.
Not necessarily.
Not necessarily.
Huh. You can. It depends on your eye and your eye shape. With Lynn, you know, she's got great skin. She's got great looking eyes. She could do something a little lighter up here, but again, you don't want to detract from attention of the eye area. You don't want people's eyes going to that shininess below the brow bone.
Sure, I see. Okay.
And then the brows also are very important, because you want to keep them groomed. If you keep the brows groomed, that gives you kind of an instant eye lift. It makes everything go up.
Sure.
And then the other thing that you want to make sure you do with your lips, that's going to help the lips to stay on nicely, you want to prep your lip with a lip liner, okay? You don't necessarily have to just outline. You want to actually fill in the entire lip. These are great little lip liner pencils that double as lipstick that have a brush on the end by Lancome, and these are also available at Nordstrom's. You just can fill in, you outline the lip, and then you fill it in, okay? And then that will help the lipstick to stay on. This is also waterproof, so if you're eating, drinking, talking, it will stay on.
Okay, so put the lip liner on the outside of your lip and then also fill it in.
Exactly. It's just like, you know, when you were coloring in your coloring book when you were little, I used to love to color. You outline first all the way around, and then you do the top and the bottom, and then you actually just go through and fill it in. And then that's why the brush is so handy, because you can brush it smooth, and then you can go ahead and put your lipstick or lip gloss on top of it. And
Okay.
this is a great little 2-in-1. This is by CoverGirl. It's a flip stick is what it's called. So you get lipstick on one end and then you get kind of a shimmery gloss on the other. So you can put one right on top of the other, and it goes very nicely on top of this lip liner. You do one side and then you just flip it right over and you do the other side, and it gives you a little bit of a highlight and a shimmer.
Pretty. Okay, so when we talk about skin, it's also about your body, and there's different creams and things that we can do to make it look good.
Absolutely.
Your body.
Well, one of the things that you can do, which is great, is to remove body hair. I know a lot of people have, little problems with areas on the body. Some people have to take that off of their arms if they've got a little excess hair on the arm. So Tria makes an at-home laser hair removal system. And this is a great little product because it gives you the convenience of using it at home. It's time censored, so it basically just helps to prevent the hair from growing over time. So you don't have to keep going in for waxing and that type of thing. The other thing you want to do with the body is to do a little bit of self-tanning. Sometimes, especially we're in Southern California, we always want to be tan. And sometimes you get different parts of the body that tan and fade at different frequencies. So these are great little products to use. This is by Beautysol. This is an all-over self-tanner for the body, and that one's for the face. And they're actually like paraben-free. They don't have anything in them. They don't even have that horrible smell that you can associate with self-tanners.
That's great.
And then this one is called Perfect. This is a great little, it's a body perfecting gel, but it's kind of like you can fake it a little bit. Like if you have a little spot that's fading and you want it to get darker, you just put a little bit of that on and it actually gives you a little color on the body. And you can also use it on the face.
Carol, thank you so much for coming today.
All right, you're very welcome.
Great products. Thanks so much.
All right.